Sports Podcast, episode number 190. Nick Quaglia, Al Nahigian, and Jared Scali. Listen, a lot of COVID's still going on. I wanna hate myself from back in February. This was back when it was just me and Jared. I mean, Jared knows I was calling this thing the bitch flu. I thought this thing was gonna just go away. I thought it was gonna be no problem. The fact that we're coming up on a year of dealing with this, and not only just just in the sports world, still dealing with this. Just look at what's happening in the NBA.
Yeah, they need the bubble. They need the bubble.
They should have been the bubble from the beginning. Yeah,
but how are they going to do that? I get it for the postseason, but these guys aren't going to want to be in a bubble for an entire season.
No, I don't know. They need to shut it down, at least get everyone situated, quarantined. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that they were talking about it's going to be like this until they all get quick vaccinated, which isn't going to happen anytime soon. So,
no. So, I mean, the NBA might be shutting down for 2 weeks soon. Very soon.
Which
everybody's getting sick.
They need to, but it sucks. Celtics are first place in the East.
I know, but everybody is getting sick. That lineup they were going to have to roll out.
Oh my God! It was like Peyton Pritchard, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart.
No, Jaylen Brown's off too.
No,
I thought he was in.
No,
contact tracing.
No, it was Pritchard, Naismith, Taco, Smart, Tice, and then it was just all the guys that were first. Oh, Tremont Waters, Carson Edwards.
It was like the main Red Claws because they don't hang out with Jason Tatum.
Literally,
that was really what it was. Anyone in the starters, they all hang out with Tatum. The main Red Claws don't hang out with Tatum, so that's why they didn't get it.
Imagine how many 3-point shots Marcus Smart would have taken.
At least 30.
All of them.
It would have been terrible.
All of them.
And what are we going to say? Oh, he's taking 30 shots a game. And Marcus is probably but there's nobody else. Literally, there's nobody else.
I mean, I'd rather Peyton Pritchard take the 3 than Marcus Smart.
Peyton Pritchard can't miss.
I'm not saying that, but he's a rookie. He's going to say, hey, Rook, get out of here. I've been in the league.
I'd almost rather Nesmith take the 3 than Marcus Smart.
That's a very bold take.
Nesmith is a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, how's he done so far?
Hasn't played.
Listen, he got overtaken by Peyton Pritchard.
Oh, he did. 100%.
He did. That he did, yes.
This playing time was supposed to be Nesmith's.
Yeah, he is supposed to be on the court. Isn't it Nesmith?
Is it Nesmith? I think it's Nesmith.
I think it's Nesmith. But Peyton Pritchard just took his playing time.
Yeah.
So we can get to the weekly dump right away. First one is semi-political. Pretty political. Bill Belichick rejects his invitation from President Trump to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom following the events at the Capitol last Wednesday. He had this to say in a statement. Recently, I was offered the opportunity to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which I was flattered by out of respect for what the honor represents and admiration for prior recipients. Subsequently, the tragic events of last week occurred, and the decision has been made not to move forward with the award. Above all, I'm an American citizen with a great reverence for our nation's values, freedom, and democracy. He also had this to say about it in his statement. One of the most rewarding things in my professional career took place in 2020, when through the great leadership within our team, conversations about social justice and equality and human rights moved to the forefront and became actions. Continuing those efforts while remaining true to the people, team, and country I love outweighs the benefits of any individual award. So we just talked about this. So I did the Patriots Roundtable for CLNS right before this show, and we just talked about this as one of the main topics. This isn't just an award. This isn't just a small award that Bill just turned down.
Nope.
He's turning down one of the most prestigious awards in the country, maybe in the world.
But you can't take it.
You can't.
No. You can't do it. I don't care what the award is. You can't take it right now.
Especially after what happened last week. Which is interesting because you remember back in 2016, Bill had that letter that he wrote out where he basically saying yeah, Donald Trump's a good friend of mine, blah, blah, blah. He's going to be a good president. So he aligned himself with Trump. So they're supposed to be buddies. But after this week and after what happened last Wednesday, nothing good could have come out of Bill accepting that award.
Nothing.
No. If last week didn't happen, like if it was just Trump being Trump all the way out, like I would have cared a little less about him taking it. But
I
after
still don't
last
even
week,
think he would have.
I don't think he would have either because of all the Black Lives stuff and the way the team. But like, I would have been less annoyed if he decided to take it. If he, after everything that happened last week, Trump basically telling these guys to storm the Capitol, essentially, like you can't even go you can't even go anywhere near that guy right now. They're probably going to impeach the dude with like 10 days left. Like, that's how bad it's gotten.
Strong agree.
Imagine if he did take it. Imagine the divide that would have caused in the locker room.
Would Kraft fire him?
No, because
I don't know.
Because Donald Trump is Kraft's buddy.
I know, but like,
I don't think he would have fired him.
It's been hard to keep Belichick as the coach in the NFL after that.
That would have been an even bigger story if he fired Bill over that. I don't think he would have fired him. I think it was just nothing good could have come out of Bill going to accept that award. Absolutely nothing. So good on Bill for that. After sitting out last week due to personal reasons, the NBA is now reviewing videos of a maskless Kyrie Irving. I'm so fucking glad that we don't have to deal with this guy anymore. Kyrie sucks.
He's awful. This is so stupid.
He just went AWOL on his team. Team couldn't even reach him.
This is Alex Kennedy, NBA. Who's he right for? BasketballNews.com, right? The Brooklyn Nets are reportedly unhappy, in quotes. Well, I don't know why that's in quotes. You're unhappy with Kyrie Irving, and their communication with the star point guard has been minimal. According to Nash, I'm sure you'll hear from him at some point and talking about like not dealing with stuff outside of the locker room. Like he just completely went AWOL. This is absolutely insane.
Don't you love all the Brooklyn fans that were going to be like, no, it's going to be different. He's going to be where he wants to play. He didn't want to play in Boston. Now how do you look?
And
like
none
idiots.
of us, all of us here said, good riddance, right? I think by the end of it, we were all done with him. And
Yes.
when he signed there, we're like, this isn't going to work. Like, I don't care if him and Durant are boys. If he's from there, it's not going to work because he's a douchebag. I thought he'd start throwing basketballs at teammates, but I guess he just skipped that step and just walked out and didn't want to come back.
No, that's James Harden. You get the wrong superstar there, bud.
Oh, no, I think Kyrie will do this too. I'm not quite – Kyrie's a dink.
Yeah, he nice.
Kyrie thinks he's bigger than the team.
He's a dink.
He thinks he's bigger than the team. That's all it is. He just thinks he's bigger than the basketball team.
Because he's trying to be more than –
Someone said he should just retire, which I'm all for. Just bye.
He doesn't even want to play basketball. He should.
Right.
He's over it.
He wants to be like this like statesman. He wants to be like this guy that like represents more than just a game and everything. It's like, dude, you're in the NBA making millions of dollars. There's a way to do it, but go play basketball. Like, I'm not saying don't like, care about other issues.
Yeah,
and stuff.
do those things that you said, but approach it in a different way because he
Correct.
just doesn't approach it in a good way.
He approaches it horribly.
The crazy thing is, the dude's really freaking good at basketball.
That's the most aggravating part. He's one of the best point guards in the NBA.
Just on the court, I really would take if he was focused 100% on board. Like this doesn't happen. Like I take Kyrie probably over every other point guard in the league. To be 100% honest with you, like his combination, his game on the court. My God, that's why we were all jacked up when they traded for him. Like,
it was awesome.
It was like, oh my God, we're going to be a championship team forever. We got Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Do you remember his press conference or after the press conference, he made that little video. He's like, happy to be in Boston. Glad to be a Celtic. Let's get it. Celtic pride. Like I got jacked up.
Remember the Nike commercial? Commercial with his dad?
We don't talk about that anymore. That at this point is just, I want to,
I want to retire here. I want my number in the rafters.
Play on one-on-one with his dad in an empty gym because his dad played at BU, and that's
not an empty gym.
That's why he wore number 11. Like, I want to be the reason why no one else wears it. Like, go F yourself.
And we were all just like, oh wow, this is awesome. And then 2 years later, what a commercial that was, huh?
Peyton Pritchard, greatest number 11 in a Celtics uniform since Dana Barros.
Past 3 years, greatest number 11.
Since Dana Barros, man.
So videos of Kyrie Irving masks at a family birthday party surfaced, and the NBA is now reviewing them. There is no belief that the Nets guard will return to the team's lineup this week.
Anytime soon, I'm guessing. It's not even going to.
Anytime
soon. You're going to see Kemba Walker play again before Kyrie does.
Yeah, so Celtics too. We talked about COVID at the start of it. Celtics, major COVID issues. The NBA going through massive COVID wave, and the Celtics just postponed their third consecutive game, and we record this on Tuesday. So they postponed Wednesday night's game. Robert Williams and Jason Tatum both tested positive for COVID over the last week, and Jaylen Brown, Shemi Ojeleye, Grant Williams, Tristan Thompson, and Javonte Green are all being held out for contact tracing. So the
He's
starting
starting
lineup,
team.
Peyton Pritchard, Taco Fall. I mean, I
Marcus
would have loved
Smart.
to see that team.
This was the full injury report. If they had played the Miami game, this was going to be the full report. Jaylen Brown out, Javonte Green out, Romeo Langford out, Semi Ojeleye, Jason Tatum, Tristan Thompson, Kemba Walker, Grant Williams, and Robert Williams. That's
Never
all
mind
out.
Never mind the 8 on the Heat side.
Right, but that's
The
nine.
Heat, the Heat's the reason you couldn't even play the game.
That's
I know,
true.
they would have played it if the Heat didn't get that other test.
But
Yeah.
but even with the Celtics, right? That was 9 names I just listed out. 7 of them, COVID stuff. The only exceptions were Langford because of her wrist surgery, and then Kemba, right, because of his knee surgery. 7 out because of COVID stuff.
And you
That's
have
how
2 more
crazy
games
this
that
has gotten.
And they have 2 more games that probably aren't going to get played. Friday against Orlando, and then this weekend. Like, they're not going to play for at least another week. And then if the NBA should just shut down anyway, you're not going to see the Celtics till February.
There's
Like, that's
so
what
many cases they should postpone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, shut it down.
They should just
'Cause
do it.
I don't want to watch the NBA with a bunch of G League players. Like, I'd rather you shut it down for 2 weeks and give me Jason Tatum on my TV than make me watch Tremont Waters lead the way for the first place Boston Celtics. Like, no, thank you. Shut it down.
All right, that was the weekly dump. Guys, support for the Couch Guys Sports Podcast comes from Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Jingle balls to the walls, fellas, listen up. Untrimmed pubes are a thing of the past. It's time to gear up and get yourself the gift of shaving this holiday season, and I'm talking about the Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0. That's why this revolutionary company, Manscaped, has redesigned the electric trimmer. Their Lawnmower 3.0 has proprietary advanced skin-safe technology, so this trimmer cuts on your nuts. It's also waterproof, so you guys can use it in the shower. The Lawnmower 3.0 comes inside their brand new Perfect Package 3.0, which makes for the perfect gift this holiday season. It's already past the holidays, so just get a gift for anybody. My birthday's coming up. Get me that. It's literally everything that you need to keep trimmed, cut-free, and smelling nice down there. We're talking about your balls. And don't use the same trimmer on your face as you're using on your balls. That's disgusting, you fucking animals. The Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0 also includes the Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant perfect for the golf course, and moisturizer. You already put deodorant on your armpits. Why are you not putting deodorant on the smelliest part of your body? And yes, guys, your balls, they reek. Speaking of sweaty and stinky balls, I am thankful for their Crop Reviver. This product, all along with the Crop Preserver, keeps your balls from sweating, smelling, and sticking. And these products smell good. Their manly scent is attractive and will help set the mood, if you know what I mean. The Perfect Package will also come with a pair of Manscaped boxers that'll keep your junk feeling fresh all day. It's time to upgrade those overused pair of boxers and Manscaped's high-performance anti-chafing boxers. 'Tis the season of Manscaped, so get yourself, your dad, your brother, and your friends the best gift of all, the Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0. Get 20% off with free shipping with the code CouchGuy20 at manscaped.com. Your balls are going to thank you. Again, get 20% off with free shipping with the code CouchGuy20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using promo code CouchGuy20, CouchGuy20. Clean up your nuts and make Santa proud this year and next year. Manscaped. All right, big news for the Red Sox. First time we're talking Red Sox in weeks, months. Andrew Benintendi on the trade block. Which, listen, I am okay with Andrew Benintendi being dealt. He's been wildly underwhelming. He has. He's been wildly underwhelming. I don't know what they're going to get back for him. I don't know if it's going to be worth it, what you get back for him. But you got to start at some point rebuilding this farm system. And Andrew Benintendi is one of those tickets to do that. You really do. Because remember, Dave Dombrowski comes in. He lights a fire to this farm system. You won a World Series. That's great. But he lit a fire to this farm system. They got to rebuild it. I'm assuming they're going to get prospects back in return for Benintendi wherever he goes. It sounds like it's going to happen. And according to the Boston Sports Journal's Sean McAdam, one industry source believes an Andrew Benintendi deal could happen soon, but it won't be with Miami.
Yep.
That's not happening. Others who've checked in Texas, Houston, and Oakland. Other source calls Pittsburgh a potential fit, mindful of the Charrington connection.
Mm-hmm.
So Benintendi could be on the way out.
He's gone. Like, they're clearly shopping him. They're going to get nothing for him. Nothing of value. Like, what can What prospects?
That's what they're going to get.
They're well, it's going to be prospects, but are they even going to be decent prospects? Because Andrew Benintendi has literally sucked, and he hasn't played well. Like I almost would have rather them hold on and see if he can turn into 2018 Benintendi again, because like that's really it. Like there's no value here. Like you're going to trade him just to trade him at this point.
I want to know what they're going to get back in return, because I mean, just look at what you have in the farm system. You've got some really good pieces. I mean, like I'm excited as hell to see Tristan Cassius come up. You've got kind of a log jam over there at first base, but I'm surprised this isn't a name more like Michael Chavis. Because, sorry, you're bringing up Jeter Downs eventually. Like you didn't trade Mookie Betts for Jeter Downs just to keep him down there.
To not play Jeter Downs. Like Jeter Downs should be up here this year. Like I fully expect him to be up here at some point. 2024.
Right, you're going to bring him up to be your starting second baseman, and at first base you're going to have that log jam of Tristan Cassius, of
Bobby Dahlbeck,
and then potentially Michael Chavis.
Yeah, Chavis is a guy that doesn't have a position right now, so wouldn't you want to trade him as a power hitting guy that you can actually get something back for? But
they even forced it too, Al. Like Chavis, they clearly saw stuff behind him at first base because they kept forcing Chavis to second. But like now they have a plan at second base. Like they clearly believe in Jeter Downs and what they've seen with him, and like that guy is your second baseman. Trading Benintendi just doesn't make sense to me. Like, and to be fair, this is Pine Bloom's probably biggest test so far. Like trading Mookie's not a big deal. Like what you get for Benintendi is going to tell me a lot about how you do your job.
Right. And so another little tidbit, according to Rob Bradford, Red Sox obviously looking for an outfielder and young pitching. One team not to look out for is the Texas Rangers. Apparently the Rangers aren't going to be involved. And there's another American League team not mentioned that they've had deeper discussions with. So there's some movement on this. And it wouldn't surprise me if before the week was over that the deal actually got done. Honestly.
Right. And they've gone out of their way to constantly bring up the fact over this offseason that they've had discussions with Jackie Bradley.
Right.
I think Jackie Bradley's going to be back.
I say if they trade Benintendi, they can't get rid of Benintendi. They need to keep Bradley.
They need to sign him back.
They got to keep JPJ. Yeah, they can't get rid of both.
We've
just been going under the assumption that Benintendi would be here still.
Right, and this has just been a brutally slow offseason. There's been basically no signings. It's been brutally slow. So once you get that moving on that front, I'm going to be interested to see what happens with Jackie, especially if you do make this trade, because your outfield depth, I mean, it's decent, but it's not crazy. Like a guy, Alex Verdugo, can play center field for you. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, from there, it's nothing too crazy deep.
I mean, who else do you have? That's the thing. You have Alex Verdugo. You have Hunter Renfroe, who you signed.
Yeah.
Right. And then, like, who else is there? Maybe Jarren Duran if you bring him up.
Jarren Duran, and I've been
You're a big Duran guy.
I think Duran will be up this year.
I think he starts on the big league rosters, to be honest. Like they're at that point for what they think 2021 probably is going to be. There's a good one. I don't even know what minor league baseball is going to look like this year. Like
they might not have it.
They might not even have it. And especially if that happens or if anything weird. Like, don't we think that Duran's better off just playing the bench and getting his time on the road with his team and getting it? Because, like, again, if you trade Benintendi, you're not – I don't see, like, a stud outfielder as a priority over pitching. Like, let Duran play and figure it out. If you need to go get somebody, go get somebody at the deadline if you are still in it at that point. But you might as well let Duran play. He's good. Especially
when you've got no pitching in the farm system.
None.
You've got nothing.
Nothing.
Nada.
So, and you know what? You know what sucks? And I know you got Chris Sale out of it, but it's never fun to watch those prospects that you had that were rumored to be really good, and then you trade them, and then they are actually really fucking good. I'm talking about Michael Kopech in Chicago.
Yeah, Kopech. Woo!
He was supposed to be like the guy here. And again, like I know you got Chris Sale. It was great. It still is great. I love Chris Sale. He's probably my favorite player on this team.
You can't doubt it. He won your World Series, man.
But it hurts to watch Michael Kopech somewhere else, especially when it could have been Benintendi, especially over a guy like Yohan Moncada.
Well, I say it's him. Now you have him and Moncada both tearing it up for the White Sox, and
they wanted Benintendi.
Like they
could have just said yes.
You said yes, and you. Woo!
But who knows? I mean, Yohan Moncada probably could have been dealt for somebody else.
Probably.
You
I
only
mean, he
kind of
wouldn't
probably
still be here.
could've-
Come on now. David
Ju-
Dombrowski does not keep both those.
Yeah.
Come on now.
He would have found a way to get rid of Moncada. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, but I mean, Benintendi again, he's just been so underwhelming. And like the guy just doesn't seem like he has any fire. And obviously I don't know too much about the guy, but when he's up there, when he's playing baseball, he doesn't seem, and it might just be his demeanor, but he just doesn't seem like he has that energy, that fire to really take that next step and be better than what he has been, because he hasn't been good.
And part of me only hesitates with trading him because you're getting quarterback. And I've talked about this with Al at length, right? Like, Cora's value to this roster, to the people that have played, it's tremendous. And I don't think it's being talked about enough. Like, Cora could very well help Devers and Benintendi both become what they were in 2018 again, very easily, very quickly. And so, like, I only really want to trade Benintendi if you're getting something decent in return. If not, you let Cora figure it out with him, because there's clearly still talent there. Part of it may be mental. I don't even know. But, like, I trust Cora to get the most out of the roster they have, obviously while they make moves. But, like, I know they're going to have to tear some of this apart. But, I don't know. Benintendi, you got to get enough back for him to justify it to me.
Yeah, but he's also one of these guys, too, that if you trade him, I'd be like, oh, whatever. Like, I really don't care about it. He's still – but if you kept him, same thing. I really wouldn't care, because he's 26. There's a good chance that he still can be a really good baseball player. I mean, in 2018, he hit 290.
I mean, to be fair, they did project him. Like, when he got drafted, they were like, oh, he's the next big thing.
He was supposed to be the next big thing.
He was supposed to be, like, their next guy, and it just didn't happen. Like, it was supposed to be Mookie and him. Like, that was what – like, it was supposed to be – like, those were the guys. And then Mookie got traded, and Benintendi sucks. So,
yeah, the return package is going to be interesting wherever he ends up. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to get for Benintendi, especially after the crappy 2020 he had for like the 10 games he played in.
Oh, my God. I mean, you want to talk about that set. It's 14 games, 39 at-bats, 103 batting average.
Ugh.
4 hits. 17. So in 39 of those at-bats, he struck out 17 times.
That is almost a half. That is almost a half of the time.
Yes, almost half of the time he struck out. He had a huge hole in his swing. It's probably a mental thing. I mean, it really seems that way. But could he bounce back? Sure, especially with Alex Cora coming back. He could. But would it shock me if this was just him? If he was just a mediocre baseball player? No. That's the way it's trending.
Well, this is what happened with Jackie Bradley, too, though. Like, we thought he was going to keep getting better, and he just didn't. Like, he just plateaued, like, meh. And maybe Benintendi's plateauing, meh.
Yeah,
I
seems
hope
that
not.
way.
If he stays here, my God, I hope not. Because last year was a tough watch. The few games that he played, it was a tough watch last year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we celebrated when he got a bunt single and a bloop double.
Oh yeah, was it one of his 4 hits was a bunt, wasn't it?
His first hit was a bunt. I remember it. I think it was like against Miami early on in the season. It was a bunt hit, and then he blooped one down the left field line that bounced into the first row for a ground rule double. It was the worst double I've ever seen in my life. That's how bad he was going.
All right, moving on from Benintendi. We're probably going to have news on that next week, especially if there's a trade coming up soon. And real quick, baseball. Oh, my God. It has been such a drag this offseason. Like, where is Trevor Bauer going to sign?
What are you talking about? Francisco Lindor got traded. That's big.
Besides that, the Mets are the most exciting thing this offseason.
Hey, Liam Hendricks signed, too, with the White Sox.
That's true. That just happened.
It's amazing what new ownership will do for the Mets, huh? Actually getting talent and
I think he's going to be great for the Mets. Stephen Cohen,
Uncle Stevie!
I think he's great for the Mets. Yeah. He's been awesome. I'm going to be a Mets fan this year just because of him.
Well, I always root for the Mets because they also hate the Yankees as much as we do. Like, and we don't play the Mets ever. So, and then Pedro Martinez played for him. So, like, why not root for him?
Yeah,
Red Sox
sure.
fans,
and the Phillies too.
Red Sox fans, Mets fans, coming together.
Totally. Like the Mets are generally my NL team that I'll root for. But I mean, Stephen Cohen he's making this team legit.
The Mets should be good this year. Like, guys, the Mets have talent.
And he's making it known on Twitter too. He's like, "Yep, we got Frankie Lindor, but we're not done yet." I love him on Twitter.
He's been awesome.
If you guys don't,
he's like a prime person to run the Mets. Like, He belongs in New York. He belongs in the spotlight. I'm also pissed for Cleveland. Like, you just lost your star player for like nothing. Like,
I know. And
like
Cleveland,
Lindor
Cleveland's
should have
in
been
a
in Cleveland
bad
forever.
spot.
Like they should have been.
Yeah.
He should have been in Cleveland for a while.
Cleveland's in a really bad spot. But then, like, you look at like Trevor Bauer. This guy has just been talking, which at the start of the offseason, I wanted Trevor Bauer on the Red Sox.
Still do.
I'm over it. He's just like, he just doesn't entertain me anymore. Like, he was funny to start, but like it's just getting old. And plus, when I look at it too, and I was just excited and also upset at the same time because I was like, the Red Sox have nothing. They've got no pitching, blah. But look at his stats before last year really weren't that good.
No, he pitched lights out last year, and he knew he was pitching for a contract.
Last year, like, I wouldn't be shocked if he came into this season and he was a high 3s ERA, low 4s. I wouldn't be shocked about that at all.
And I think once Bauer signs or George Springer signs or Ozuna or LeMahieu, who that's another guy, by the way.
The Red Sox are talking.
They are. So I think once one of those.
I would love LeMahieu. You know how upset that would make Yankee fans?
And it'd be great because he would fit in for second base. You could hit him at the top of the lineup. But I think once one of those guys actually inks a contract, then the ball's going to get rolling. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the hot stove season's just gone. Like, it used to be like November. It was fun. November, December, you got all these rumors happening. People are signing left and right, blah, blah, blah. And it just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. And it's getting closer to the season, too, especially with the MLB announcing that they want to go on time with spring training and a full 162-game season. Yeah, that's another crazy part. I mean,
I can see them pulling off fans where they're allowed, like states, only because, one, it's outside, and two, the stadiums are big enough that you can spread out. It's not going to be full. True. Like it's outside and you can spread out enough. Like, if the NFL can have fans and do it like this and doing okay, like, I think baseball can swing some sort of fans.
I was going to say, you're going to do like a Bills and do like 6,700 people or something?
Dude,
and
the
then
Bills,
just spread them out?
Bills Stadium was rocking for that playoff game with all those fans. Like, they made it known that they were there.
I mean, the Bills are a team I would love to win the Super Bowl this year. But transitioning over to the NFL anyway. I want to talk a little bit more about Patriots quarterbacks and what we want them to do, veteran, or do you want them to draft a guy for the long term? Because there's a lot of it's a weird offseason because there are a lot of different things that this team can do. A lot. They can sign a guy. They can potentially trade for a guy. They can draft a guy who they think might be ready year one. Huh?
They could do 2 out of those 3.
They could do 2 out of the 3. And before, I think I was more leaning towards signing a guy, maybe like Matt Stafford, and I still am. Trading him, trading for him. But if you can get your hands on one of these quarterbacks at the top, I've got a lot of hope in some of these quarterbacks. You guys are higher on Mac Jones than I am.
Nah.
His stock went down for me in the national championship game. I know they put up 52 points, but he didn't look that great to me. Big fan of Justin Fields.
Who looked worse?
If you can't, no, he looked pretty good. Listen, Alabama's defense is a wagon. Alabama is a freaking wagon.
But and Alabama is like the closest NFL team you'll see in college.
He put on a show against Clemson.
I mean, if Justin Fields slips till 15.
To 15, you take him.
And you take him. 100%. Like, I think he's better than Mac Jones, but like to think that like Mac Jones just isn't good isn't going to be an NFL quarterback is just nuts.
I don't know. He doesn't give me great vibes about NFL quarterback.
Did you see the tweet out? It was a picture of him with his shirt off, and someone just was like, look, it's already looking like Tom Brady. And it was like this chubby.
He looked worse.
Blob. It looked, I can't wait, man. Legend of Mac Jones grows. Let's do it.
How could, but that scares me. Like, wait, what kind of quarterback's body looks like that?
Tom Brady's.
So did Tom Brady's, and look what happened.
Tom Brady didn't have a beer belly.
Tom Brady didn't have any muscle on his stuff.
He didn't have any body either.
Tom Brady was just skinny. He was just skinny fat. This guy was he's pudgy. Mac Jones is pudgy.
It's all right. He had a few extra Bud Lights than everybody else at the party one night.
Listen. They celebrated, and it just went right down to his stomach. It's okay.
It's okay.
It happens.
Mac
It's
Jones.
really open.
Mac Jones is somebody that if the Patriots drafted him, I'd be like, cool, whatever. I'll deal with it. I'll watch it. But if
Do you
they
guys
draft a
think
guy
that-
like Mac Jones, I would rather them bring in a veteran to bridge that gap because I don't know if he'll be ready year one.
See, I think
Guy like
if you
Matthew
draft any
Stafford,
quarterback
guy like
at
Jimmy
15,
G.
if you draft anybody at 15, you got to play him.
Yeah.
Like it's
You
too high to
think?
just sit him. Yeah,
Because
you gotta play him.
yeah. Bill, listen. First of all, Bill doesn't have to do anything. You know, Bill.
No, but then
Bill
then
won't have to
they're
do
unhappy. Then it turns into Deshaun Watson situation all over again.
Yeah, the kid's going to be 22. What kind of leg does he have to stand on?
Give me Deshaun Watson or give me death.
If you can get Deshaun Watson, if Nick Caserio becomes the Texans GM and then his first move is sends Deshaun Watson to the Patriots, you don't think the league is going to be like, hold on.
Do it.
Time out a second. What are we
Do
doing here?
Every
Bill
first
calls
round
him.
draft pick for the next 10 years, gone.
Bill calls him. Do it. You won't. Do it. You won't. Put him on a plane. Do it. You won't.
So I mean, this is a master plan by Bill. Master plan. He said no to letting Nick Caserio take this job 2 years ago. He said, no, I'm not going to do it. He let Deshaun Watson realize, wow, the Texans are just a putrid organization. Get me out of here. Bill hears that, and he's like, hey, Nick,
You want to go to Houston? Go ahead.
you can accept that job now. Accepts the job, trades Deshaun Watson to the Patriots. Deshaun Watson, dream offseason, my number one choice by far.
Yes.
Now,
But
if he's actually available, yeah, 100%.
So here's something that could happen too. According to the odds for Deshaun Watson, if he gets traded, number one, Miami at plus 200. Patriots are too at plus 350. But scrolling down the list a little bit, you have San Francisco plus 1,000. Who's not to say that the 49ers, because they did say if they could move on from Jimmy G, they'll do it. Who's to say that they don't bring in Watson? Then maybe you get Garoppolo. Then in the draft, maybe a guy like Jalen Hurtle drops to you at 15. Then you sign
who?
Hunter. Waddle.
Justin
Jalen
Fields.
Waddle. Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle, okay.
The wide receiver. Sorry, the wide receiver from Alabama. Jalen Waddle. Sorry.
Oh, he's gone way up. He's not.
He might. You never know. But I'm just saying, this is a dream. And then you sign Hunter
Yeah, let
Henry
us
for your
dream,
tight end.
asshole.
No. Don't dream.
You guys are so harsh.
Do you think Bill Belichick dreams? No.
Yeah, I think
He
he
lives
does.
in reality.
Guys,
He lives in reality.
Guys, ELE. Everybody love everybody. But then you sign Hunter Henry.
Oh, your
You
Catholic
ha-
school teaching's coming out.
Hey,
Stop
hey,
that.
Easy. I'm trying to keep my job here. But if
Hey,
you
I
do
went
those,
to a Catholic school, man. I get it.
You went to Catholic school?
Elementary school, yeah.
Great,
Al, did you?
Christian school.
Man, am I the only full public school guy?
I mean, I ended up going back to
It
public.
makes sense
public.
too.
I ended up going back to
Explains a
public.
lot. Those
But-
elementary school.
But anyways, let's not talk about our schooling and our jobs because I have to deal with that from 7:30 until 3:30 every day. I'm off the clock. So if you can have those three
nice
like
schedule.
moves, yeah, it's nice. If you can have those three moves happen, that's a big improvement right there. You improve your quarterback, you improve your tight end, you actually get a weapon, and then you still have a bunch of cap space to go out and make more moves like Corey Davis, like potentially a Juju, like Allen Robinson, another one.
Hunter Henry.
I said Hunter Henry.
He already said Hunter Henry. Listen.
Thanks for listening, Nicholas.
I was not.
Sheesh.
Look, there's one thing that Al said that I do agree with. Deshaun Watson going to San Francisco is a good thing because or anywhere. Deshaun Watson being available.
Get him out of the AFC East. Do not have him come to the AFC East.
Not even that, but I mean, yeah, it would suck if he came to the AFC East, but unless he comes to the Patriots. But
Right.
if he goes to another team, that just shakes free another quarterback that probably is decent that the Patriots can try. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not going to get Deshaun Watson, then you go to San Francisco, another way that you can get Jimmy G. If he goes to Miami, draft a guy and bring in Fitzpatrick. There's options there if Deshaun Watson moves on, whether it's New England or not, to get another option for a quarterback. So him moving is the best case scenario for the Patriots, whether he goes here or not.
I think the 49ers are a legit contender for this, but
Well, they were talking about bringing in Matt Ryan as an option over Jimmy G. So if they're willing to get Matt Ryan,
what is going on?
then
Jimmy
you can
been
bring
this
in
bad?
Deshaun Watson. I don't know. He's been hurt.
And by the way, there's another team out there that's going to need a quarterback soon that nobody's talked about. The Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going to need a quarterback.
Next
Big
year,
Ben's
probably.
going to be gone. He's probably gone, or they'll force him to retirement.
Oh, and the Colts. Good chance that Philip Rivers might be done.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's the
The
case
Colts
with
are going to need a
another team.
quarterback.
They clearly don't like Jacoby Brissett because they didn't let him start.
Yeah.
So they need a quarterback too.
And Philly's going to have a problem because now that Doug Peterson's fired, it's the report that Carson Wentz is significantly more likely to stay. So if you have Wentz and you have Jalen Hurts, one of those guys is going to go.
Go get Jalen Hurts then. Like,
Hey, national champion Jalen Hurts, go do it.
If Philadelphia decides to go with Carson Wentz over Jalen Hurts, they're insane.
they shouldn't have fired Doug Peterson anyway. Like, he won
I was
he won your
surprised
Super
about
Bowl
that.
he won you a Super Bowl 2 years ago. Like,
I was
why
surprised.
is he gone
Didn't he
all
get
of a sudden?
didn't he get a significant pay raise?
Mhm.
Something like that.
Last
I
year.
don't know. That last game, it rubbed people the wrong way. You might have lost the locker room if you had Doug Peterson still in there, which would be great for the Patriots, obviously. But for the Eagles, it's like if you have a guy in there that's going to divide the locker room, is it really worth it?
What a douchebag move, by the way, if you're the Philadelphia ownership. And if you told Doug, I don't know if this is true, but if you told Doug Peterson to throw that game, and then he did, and then you fired him, that's a douchebag move.
It is. It is.
Because if you're him, then try to screw him. Try to win that football game. You could have very easily won that football game. And we don't watch the Washington football team play Tampa Bay this week. At that point, the Giants probably would have played Tampa Bay, or am I wrong?
Yes.
I think the
'Cause,
Giants-
Whoever won the NFC East was playing Brady.
In the Giants versus Tom Brady, that's a story.
Mhm.
That's a story. So anyway, Deshaun Watson. I don't know what it would take to get him.
Ooh.
I would trade the house for him.
He's 25.
He's 25 years old. People forget that. He's 25.
He's so good at 20. He's 25 years old. He's still younger than Baker Mayfield, right? Isn't Baker 26?
Baker
He's 25
is-
and
I think
change.
he's 25 too. Yeah. So they're all
Okay,
about the
so-
same age. But when you talk about what you would trade for him, you also have to look at the contract too. And the
Give him Stephon
contract
Gilmore.
probably comes along with him.
Give him Stephon Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore would probably have to be part of that deal.
Fine.
But my question is then, would Bill ever take on that deal? That's a massive deal. It's 40 mil. Isn't it 40 mil?
Yeah, but I think he's past the days of not having a quarterback getting paid a lot. Like, he doesn't have Brady anymore. Like, he was fortunate enough for 20 years that Brady took pay cuts and had all these endorsements. And nowadays, if you want a top-tier quarterback and to win, you're paying your quarterback. Like, there's
Yes.
I don't think Bill has any way around it, to be honest.
Hey, the deeper Tom Brady and the Bucks go this postseason, the better it is for the Patriots. Because you don't think that's going to piss Bill off, and Bill's going to go out and get everybody that
if
he
you're
can.
if you're a Patriots fan and not rooting for Brady, you're an idiot. For more than one level. One, he's your freaking quarterback. Don't care. He's your quarterback. Two, what Nick just said. The further they go,
God.
the more pissed off Bill gets.
I had to look at something real quick.
Stop watching porn. We're doing a show.
No, you're an idiot. You
Al
know
just
that?
showed us his lap.
If I get fired tomorrow, Jared, I'm blaming you.
What is going on down there, Al?
Unbelievable.
Holy crap.
You know what? I'm glad you brought up Tom Brady, because if you're rooting against Tom Brady, you suck. You just suck. The guy brought us 6 Super Bowls, man.
Now, I don't actually think he's going to beat the Saints, but I'm rooting for him too.
Yeah.
If-
But, I wouldn't be shocked if he
Bucks.
beat the Saints, because he
If-
looked
if-
good last week.
If they beat, go ahead.
No, good. Good.
If they beat the Saints, they're going to the Super Bowl because they can beat the Packers. They can.
No, the Packers are a wagon.
Aaron Rodgers looks good.
And the Bucks beat them 38-10 earlier on this year with Aaron
That's
Rodgers
true.
playing.
I mean, the Saints are the problem, and I think the Saints could beat Green Bay too. Like, I think the Saints are the problem for Brady. It clearly has been a problem all year, the 2 times they've played each other. But if the Bucks win a Super Bowl, I'm buying a T-shirt and a hat.
but you also
I'm supporting my quarterback.
but you also know the
It's gonna
old
be so expensive.
but you also know the old saying too. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in the same calendar year. So,
Oh,
I mean,
no, it's no
yes,
way.
Yes.
That's
Dude,
saying
throw
could
some
suck
money on
it.
the Bucks, baby. Throw some money on your quarterback, Tom Brady. Do it.
I'm considering putting money on the Bills to win the Super Bowl.
It's a good bet. I like it.
I mean, dude, the Bills, they're a wagon.
They
Yeah,
are a
They're a
wagon.
yeah.
wagon.
Yeah, but guess
I
what?
hate it because they're in our division, but they're good.
Yeah, but guess what? They got to go through Lamar. They have Lamar Jackson in their way, and the Ravens are playing well right now.
Oh, but the Ravens.
The Ravens
They're
are one of the
soft.
hottest teams in the NFL, and don't try to tell me otherwise.
The Bills are actually the second best team in the league.
Yeah,
The Bills are the
but
second best
the
team in the
Bills are the hottest team in the football.
Yeah.
They barely beat the Colts.
The Colts are a
Barely.
good
Colts are
football
good.
team.
The Colts
I
are
know,
good.
and so are the Titans, and the Ravens took care of them on the road.
Titans are soft.
The
Titans are soft.
The Colts defense is really fucking good. And that offense was also really good. Listen, that's gonna be that's a good game. Bills
It will
Ravens.
be.
That's a
It will
good
be.
football game.
That's probably the best game of the weekend.
But if I had to pick right now, I'm picking the Bills. The Bills have had a better season.
Yeah,
I mean, I probably would too, but I'm gonna say don't count the Ravens out because they can pull off the upset. That's all I'm gonna say. I think they can pull off the upset.
I don't think this is gonna happen, but man, would a Bills Browns AFC title game
That's
be the
exactly
funnest game
what
Oh,
ever.
it would be electric.
Please.
It would be
Just
electric.
the Bills Mafia and their demons, along with the Browns and their life, just the two, that'd be fun. That's
The
what I want.
Browns are the team that I want to win.
By the way, I'm gonna throw this out there. I think the Browns might have a shot on Sunday. It's crazy to say.
That team's a wag. That team's a wagon.
Yeah, but a week
They
off.
lost once this year.
Stefanski's back this year. I mean, sorry, this week. He's been here the whole year. He was out last week, but he's back this week. I'm not saying they're going to, but I'm just saying don't think it's going to be that easy for the Chiefs.
No, I think it's going to be a better game than people are giving it credit for. I agree. I think the Browns actually do somewhat have a chance in this game. I wouldn't. Well, I might put money on the Browns.
Listen,
Just 'cause that's a pretty good line. But
listen. To take a quote from Pardon My Take, those Browns against the Titans, and then those Browns that played against the Steelers last week. I mean, they look pretty good.
They do. They look good.
Pretty good. Pretty
What
good.
is the spread? Let's see here.
What's the money line looking like? Because that's
money. The money line is plus 410 for the Browns in my lovely DraftKings app.
plus
The
410.
spread is 10. The spread is 10
I know.
in favor of the Chiefs. That's so tempting to just take the Browns regardless. Like, are you kidding me? Oh,
Let me see what Twin Rivers got.
While you guys look at that, I will say this: the Browns are playing with house money right now. Nobody expected them to beat Pittsburgh. I shouldn't say nobody, but a lot of people thought Pittsburgh would turn it on. You don't have Odell; he's out for the year. But still, they played a great first half, and they, did just enough in the second half to pull off the, I guess you can call it an upset against Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're playing with some confidence. They got Cleveland. And keep in mind, too, what's the one thing we've said about the Chiefs the past couple of years? Their rush defense, not that great. Not that great.
I will say
they're vulnerable. In
very.
The Chiefs, they had a really good season, but I don't think they're as dominant as the record shows.
No, I mean,
because they've had some almost slip-ups.
Yeah,
like the Falcons, perfect example. Falcons took them down to the last minute, and just because of a missed field goal away from being in overtime. So, I mean, the Chiefs can be beat.
Freaking Young Hoku. Is that his name, Young Hoku?
Yeah. And by the way, that Patriots team that stunk this year in 2020, their defense, they held the Chiefs to 19 points.
Yeah.
The only reason they got 26 was because of a pick six.
If Cam Newton plays in that game, they probably win that game because that was the part of the season where Cam Newton actually looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just saying. I mean, the Chiefs, they probably will win this game, but
you know what's one theme we're talking about here? The Bills don't lose that game.
No.
The Bills beat everybody. The Bills don't lose to the Browns.
I think I'm going to make this prediction right now.
Oh.
Bills go to the Super Bowl.
We are recording,
Ooh.
This is like you're on. That's ballsy.
Yeah. Bills going to the Super Bowl.
Ugh.
Mark it. Josh Allen. I was the biggest Josh Allen hater at the start of this year. I'm fully on board. Fully on board.
Put some money down on it. Put a future down on it if you can.
Oh, I can. And
I think
might.
he already did.
Then
I
do
think
it.
he already did.
Then do it.
Who are they playing? If we're gonna go this far, if we're doing Super
Who
Bowl,
are they playing in Super Bowl?
Who are they playing?
Oh.
Binky? Are they playing the GOAT?
Oh.
In Tampa?
I'm leaning on Tom Brady and the GOAT.
Tom Brady in Tampa versus the Bills.
Oh,
See,
gosh.
you know what I'm rooting for? And this is the storyline I'm rooting for. I want Brady Bills and then Brady to squash the Bills fans' hopes one more time.
That would be cruel and unusual punishment, but I'm all for it.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Brady goes, of all teams, Brady plays the Bills in the Super Bowl and beats them again.
That would be awesome.
Number
I would
7
love that.
in Tampa. Oh, Brady gets to sleep in his own bed Super Bowl week. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. That would be a wrap.
He gets Giselle for the entire 2 weeks before this. Oh, come on.
Well, they'll probably be in quarantine. Super Bowl, they'll probably quarantine him for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Will they? Oh,
which
then
is
he's gonna bring Giselle with him.
unnecessary because Tom
Bring
Brady
Giselle into
lives in
quarantine.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
That's true. It's Tom Brady. He can do whatever he wants. Are we done?
Yeah, I think we are.
Couch Guys Sports Podcast, episode number 190. Nick Quaglia, Jared Scali, Al Nahigian. Guys, we're going to be back next week for another episode, specifically episode number 191. Follow us on Twitter at Couch Guys Sports, and then the podcast on Twitter as well at Couch Guy Podcast. And rate and subscribe. iTunes, subscribe. YouTube, leave a comment. Get that engagement up, guys. We love it. You guys have been crushing it, so thank you. Again, Nick Quaglia, Jared Scali, Al Nahigian. Guys, we're going to be back next week with another episode. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening.
See you guys.